Okay, guys. I'm going to do the best I can to record this, but I have a new arcade here. Well, not new, but new to me. It's Atari hard driving. I remember playing this as a kid, and I thought it was really cool. I mean, compared to maybe like Daytona or something, or Need for Speed nowadays, it's probably a turd, but it was freaking awesome when I was a kid. So I got one. I also have a couple other surprises that I'm not going to show right now. One of them, I am waiting on a power supply, and when I get that, I will put it in on video, and we'll see if we can get the old machine working, or find out that we got another problem. So this hard driving half-ass works. I just went through a lot of testing. Some of the tests take like 22 minutes for it to run on itself. And everything said it was okay. And everything seems to work except for the shifter. It's got the little like first, second, third, and fourth spot on the dashboard up here when you're playing, and it only really goes in second gear. In first, third, and fourth, it like flashes on and off, so I don't know if it's a dirty pot, because I guess the shifter runs off a potentiometer, and when I bring it into the test like this, I can see these little lines moving. Apparently these lines tell you if stuff's working. Like this brake pedal here, you can see it's says brake force. It has a really heavy line. I don't know if I can get it or not. See that little line moving? See it? So I guess my problem is that I really notice when I'm playing the game is it just wants to keep driving to the right. Like, you can't make it go left, and once you start to get it to go left, it just, man, it's just crazy trying to drive this thing. There's absolutely no steering whatsoever. You can see the steering wheel has a tiny little line right there. And I think these lines, from what I read in the manual, have several lines of the screen. I think like 8 lines maybe is what I'm reading. If I'm understanding it correct, when something is fully on, the steering or the brake, you'll have 8 full lines. So when the steering wheel is in the middle, I would suppose it has 4 lines. But you can see that it has just a piece of a little line. And I can move this steering wheel full lock to the left and nothing changes. So oh, crud. Hold on a second. Okay, I'm back. Heater kicked on. I let it run for a few minutes. Okay. So I think I was explaining the steering wheel. Okay, so it has 3 full turns from lock to lock. So I'm assuming 1.5 turns from the left or from the right would be the center of your wheel. You can see I can go half a turn and a full turn from the left. That should be in the center. I had no movement. I'll start moving to the right. And you can see that line starting to grow. Okay, I'm getting close to a half a turn to the right. And then bam, fully on. Ain't even a full half a turn to the right. And I can finish turning it the rest of its full turn, and it just stays that way. There's a half a turn to the left. There's a full turn. I'm going on my last half a turn to center, and see the numbers starting to move. And the line's coming down slowly, and then all off. So I'm wondering if that's the potentiometer in the steering wheel. Now, I just printed out a manual and been reading on it. There's other tests on here for opto. Is the steering wheel got an opto sensor? Well, what's the potentiometer for? Being it's in hexadecimal, that it would be from a potentiometer like Daytona. And this brake pedal just moves one line a tiny little bit. Should it... You guys can see that. I'm trying to get so you can see it. I'm sorry. You see that line moving? I can only get it really until that half a line disappears and starts into the next line over here. Is that all it takes on this game? I don't know. So, I want to go to the 8-bit pots. You have to do everything by the coin switches in this game. That line voltage is going crazy. And once again, for the wheel, you get it to start coming in, and bam, full. It goes to full within like just a quarter of an inch. You get that line to start moving, and then within a quarter of an inch, it's full. I notice sometimes if I turn it slowly, it just creeps in there, and then it kind of stops, creeps in a little more, and then full. So I guess my question to you, YouTube, is it the pot? And let's take a look at the shifter lines. We got shifter forward and back. You see how it okay, it's all the way back right now. Now I'm going forward, and it just kind of bounces back and forth. So I'm wondering if maybe the pot in that one's just really dirty, and it could just use some cleaning so everything's making contact. Because it's not, to me, if these lines are gauging the electricity or whatever current you're moving through the potentiometer, or less current, as you're turning it, it should be like a volume knob. Basically, it turns up little by little and turns down. It shouldn't be erratic. That's almost what a knob would look like if it had static in it, correct? But there's some other things like the line volt and the shift force. I'm not sure what shift force means. Does the game tell if you're like ripping the fucking gears on it or what? Like, oh yeah, he slammed second now, boys. Let's get the hell out of here. I mean, what the hell is that? Shift force? But as you can see, the gas pedal is in the center. Ouch. And I'm gonna slowly push it down. And you see, get a nice line going. Same thing with the clutch. It's so cool because this clutch has like a cam over point, just like in a real car. And you can see the clutch is twitching. And now it ain't. Now it is. The seat moves too. It moves good. I don't know why that really matters, but it does. And you can see the wheels all the way on, and line volts is going crazy. I don't know what that's about. So yeah. Anyways, I guess I'll do some more reading and more playing around. Seat's busted, but I'm not going to turn around because you'll see what else I'll have to work on. But the seat sits on here and it slides you in. And it's supposed to lock. And there's a button there that says seat adjust. So like, I guess if you get swiveled in there too far, you can scoot back a little bit. Because this is going to be hard to get in and out of. So, if any of you have ever worked on a hard driving and got any information to help me out, I'd appreciate it. It's got let's see if we can go in and check out the monitor. I pulled this back cover off. It's a 25-inch medium resolution. It's supposed to be a Wells Gardner, but I don't know if it's still the original one or not. And I'm not sticking my hand in there with all them spider webs. But I wonder what serial number this is. Can't really tell. Alright. Made it this far in my dang video. Subscribe. Peace.